Would you hire you? I know it's a brutal question, but here's the thing. If you can't honestly answer yes to that question, then we need to talk. Hi, I'm Chris Flakus, author of Stay Relevant. I've been placing executives for 30 years, and the people who get hired versus those who get passed over, it all comes down to this one fundamental question. And look, I get it. You've been working your butt off for years. You show up, you do the work, you check all the boxes, but something's just not clicking. Maybe you've been passed over for that promotion again. Maybe you're getting crickets on your job applications, and you're sitting there thinking, what's wrong with everyone? Trust me, I've heard the story a bunch of times. Here's what's really happening. While you were standing still, the world kept moving. The workplace has changed dramatically. We've got 5 generations working together. AI is changing everything, and the old rules just don't apply anymore. But most people are still operating like it's 2005. They're expecting the same strategies that got them to where they are to take them to where it is they want to go. And that's just not how this game works. Most people think the problem is age discrimination or that experience just doesn't matter anymore. It's just not true. I've placed people in their 60s and I've passed on people in their 30s. And you know what the difference is? The ones who are hired are coachable, they're adaptable, they're curious. They don't walk into my office telling me how things should be. They ask me what they need to do differently. The ones who don't get hired, they're stuck defending their old way of doing things instead of learning new ways. So here's what we're going to do instead. We're going to get brutally honest about where you stand today, not where you were 5 years ago, not where you think you should be, where you actually are. And then we're going to identify exactly what needs to change. I call it developing your mindset, skill set, and mirror set. That's how you think, what you can do, and how others perceive you. All 3 have to be aligned if you want to stay relevant. I want you to really sit with this question. If you were hiring for your own position today and you walked into that interview room, would you hire yourself? Not the version of you from 10 years ago, not the potential version, the actual you right now. What would make you say yes? What would make you hesitate? So here's what we're going to do this week. First, update your LinkedIn profile and really look at it through a recruiter's eyes. Second, ask 3 people you really trust to give you honest feedback about your professional brand. Third, research what skills are actually in demand in your field right now, not 5 years ago. And fourth, be willing to admit you might need to change some things. When you can honestly answer yes to the question of whether you would hire you, when you know without a doubt that you'd hire yourself, everything changes. You walk into the interviews with confidence. You speak up in meetings. You take on challenges. You become the person others want to work with and work for. That's what relevance looks like. So if you're ready to stop wondering why things aren't working and start making them work, I want to help you. We've created a 12-week system that's helped hundreds, probably thousands of professionals age-proof their careers. It's not easy, but it works. Remember, you have what it takes to be relevant. You just need to be willing to do the work. And the question isn't whether you can change, it's whether you will.